So, but we are going to set up the second game, I'm sure. Do we have one coming up?
We do indeed. We actually are going to go to Twister and Reaper, I think, for the next game. That's the server that we have ready.
Yeah, you were mentioning Reaper perhaps not in top shape at the moment, where Twister, is playing amazing.
But Twister, he's been really getting on form. He's playing a lot recently. He's been in lots of the active online cups. Reaper, he was getting seriously good about 12 months ago, and then his activity started dipping, and his skill went with it basically. I really hope that we're going to see him play strongly, but I'm going to favor Twister on this game.
Yeah. I mean, Twister is a heavy railer. I know one of the matchups, I think everyone here in the studio and at home probably wanting to see Twister versus Strengths later on. We saw a bit of whine from the French player about Twister's railgun, so I'm looking forward to see how he performs.
I wonder if we can get a game between those two.
Yeah, even if it's a show match.
Just aside from the tournament, guys, come over.
Yeah. But it's all fun and games, of course, for these players. They all respect each other, after the game, maybe not so much in the game when they're getting destroyed by railgun.
They're just too busy focused on fragging each other. But I am in a server. Are you able to get over?
I'll make my way in now.
I think we're still waiting for one of them.
Sure.
Twister is saying that Reaper plays as much as him, but I don't believe him for a moment. No. The times I saw him playing Zotac, most recently, maybe a couple of months ago, he's underperforming. Maybe not even getting to the quarterfinals, which he used to do so often.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we're hyping Twister so much that he's feeling the pressure, so he's just trying to downgrade himself a little bit.
I think he could be.
He's definitely a strong player. I think one of the things with Quake Live, as well as I try and join this server, is that it's nice to see new players on the scene. Sturmy, Toxic, all the old school players. Now, they're not so active, and we need players to now replace them. And especially the FACEIT platform every Sunday, $125 at the moment, 128 slots, but I'm pretty sure that can be expanded if the popularity was there.
I mean, it's definitely been pretty popular today. But yeah, I mean, it's like the almost the new generation. They've still been playing for a long while, but they haven't been able to get the spotlight like the other players, and they're catching up faster than ever. And I definitely think we're going to see more of them in the future, especially at LAN events that are going around and will be going around. It's pretty exciting.
The thing is, I played quite a few events, in Quake Live and others, and it is the events that really motivate you. If you're motivated by competition, even if you don't think you're going to win, you should definitely try entering one of the FACEIT Quake Live Cups, because playing in that competition, having that adrenaline rush when you're down a few frags and you suddenly make an awesome comeback, or you get a couple of rockets but then lose, definitely motivates you on to play more and improve your game. So
trying to steady your aim, your hands not shaking too much. Those are all the things you go through when you're first going through your initial competitions and going through to the more major ones.
Yeah. In other words, challenge your game and play FACEIT, I guess, is the slogan we use.
Exactly. I mean, loads of things on the platform, the Face and Goes and these tournaments. You can make up your teams, team games, etc. And tournaments every weekend. There's just everything. We need really especially for the dual guys. The dual guys got tons going for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, we are casters, really. We're not the development team, but from what I've seen, it looks absolutely fantastic. You can even sign into like 2v2 teams and match up against people currently online. And so if 1v1 isn't your thing, there will be more things to do on FACEIT, of course. But
lots of stuff to be integrated. I mean, you might be able to see some of the things on the website, but they are going to be coming pretty soon. They are working on it hard to handle. It's like open beta, as we mentioned earlier, for the website. So it's going pretty well. And let's see. I'm not sure if these guys have actually picked a map yet. It is the drop system, and once we get to the quarterfinals, where it's going to be best of 3, it is again going to be drop, and then the final 3 maps will be picked individually until one remains, and then of course best of 5 for the finals. And I mean, second place is also going to get a prize. So basically, there's going to be fierce competition in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about winning the $125. I mean, that Strengths wins it. Won a lot of Sunday Cups previously, but it is the first ever Quake Live Sunday Cup from FACEIT, and that's got to add something, surely.
Exactly, and it's been about a month now since we've had a real sort of Sunday Cup for Quake Live, and people have been missing that what used to be Zotac, and they're all getting really, really hyped, psyched about these tournaments. And I can't wait to see more games. I'm going to check out the brackets sort of in a bit and see. We've got some cool games coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, me, for a casting perspective, I haven't done Quake Live since, what would it have been, DreamHack Winter 2011 perhaps? And the FACEIT guys decided to invite me over, to commentate their first cup, and I'm absolutely loving it. The setup is great, and just getting to cast and Quake live again, it's refreshing.
Properly feeling it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But do we know what the map we're going to play?
It's actually going to be Blood Run again.
Okay, cool.
And I've let them know that we're ready. And we could be seeing some F3s very soon.
Okay, so I mean, Reaper's obviously from Ukraine. Twister is from
Germany.
Okay, and I think you're more familiar with Twister. I think he was an ET player previously, or am I imagining things?
Not 100% sure. I know that he's not one of the old school Quake guys. He only came around on Quake Live.
Yeah, I reckon it was an enemy territory player. I'm pretty sure I've seen it posting on crossfire.new, one of the websites that are focusing mainly on enemy territory back in the day. But this is game number 2 here in the FACEIT TV. Let's jump into game 3, 2, 1. Twister from Germany up against Reaper from Ukraine. That is a pretty decent spawn for Twister, actually. This is going to give him the red armor for free. The Mega and the yellow, of course, went toward Reaper, but has Twister now given away the upper yellow as a consequence of waiting to spam off those grenades? Yes, he has.
That was such quick work there by Reaper. He made sure he got around so fast. He lands a little bit of rocket damage. Twister also getting a rail off there. And the next fight is going to probably happen around that red armor, but they actually want to fight it through the bottom corridor. Twister getting himself that third major weapon, and wow, Reaper being so aggressive here with the LG. Twister's got no choice but to turn back. Fortunately, avoiding using that ult on that first frag.
Yeah, I mean, Twister, he's looking alright at the moment, but obviously Reaper is a lot more heavily tanked, as we'd refer to it in Team UK TDM. Tanking, of course, having a lot of health and armor. Just got to make sure he can keep away from Reaper at the moment. Just set himself up, make sure he has the time on these items. As soon as he can maybe hit a direct rocket to the feet, that's going to give him a nice opportunity to perhaps push in and find that shot. Because it is those direct rockets, especially here on Blood Run, that can prevent a player backing away. Yeah,
well, we saw Spider earlier as well, preventing a player even aggressing or doing anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
They can be pretty effective. And Twister right now, he's playing very slowly. I mean, he's more or less as good as 100-100 right now. Reaper is on approaching 200, and actually here's a big fight going on now. Reaper approaching towards him. Twister still trying to back off, switching to LG, but this is going to be a difficult fight for him. 3 health left, and eventually that LG whistles down his stack.
I don't know what I thought about that, really. You had the 225s up by the pillar. I thought Twister maybe would have had the confidence to stick it out and fight at that position using those 225s to top him up, but obviously not. Maybe he's not feeling comfortable just yet.
I don't know. He was kind of like he was really iffy about which weapon he was going to have out. Like even the way he was positioned there was just strange. Reaper though has got a tasty start. And I imagine what Reaper did is he was removing arrow walk and toxicity and those fast-paced maps that Twister loves oh so dearly. And now that he's playing that he's very, very familiar with, he's finding it easy, not difficult. A solid fight, and there it is, actually taking the second frag already. Did not realise how fast Twister was going down there, and going to find it immediately off the spawn. It's a nice LG, but he's trying to get the last shot off, can't quite make it, and Twister is going to escape with a lynch there, it looks like.
Yeah, 23 points of health at the moment. To put that into perspective, a machine gun deals 5 damage per shot, and what was that, a bit of LG is going to certainly finish you off in no delay, that's for sure. But 3-0 at the moment as Reaper now tries to run the map. You can see the red armor and mega health at the same time, so even if he gets the frag, oh, what a fail rocket! Boosted himself into the air. That was actually unlucky for Twister in some ways. Could have perhaps picked him up. But the LG not quite on his feet. So, going to back away for this one, but the problem is he has absolutely nothing. Now he's dead though. Actually, that could have been a brilliant time to die. Look at the timers. Maybe Twister got the upper spawn. Yeah, he can take this teleporter, but maybe the jump across is a little bit risky. So he's just sitting back and railing as Reaper makes his way in. And there's another one out the teleporter as well. This is some brilliant work coming out from Twister. Currently hitting 50%. On that weapon, so looking good at the moment. If we have a quick look over toward Reaper, 99 to 50, he's going to peek around, catch him out with the LG, surely going to be a frag. There's the rocket to finish things off. 5-0 now. Lower yellows up for him as well. Great spawn prediction as well. Those furthest percentage, can he? 11.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And Twister did so much damage there as well. Reaper was so weak, and just when he needed it, he was missing the rails he needed to hit. Reaper is walking away, barely with his life in his hands. Red Armor's going to be up in a second. Twister should be able to get a run of items here. He might actually push forward for a frag. Reaper's weak, and the longer Twister waits for the kill, the more likely it is Reaper can stack up on the 50 health level or any other health levels that are looking at. There's one. And I'm going to just check Twister out for a second. Lower yellow armor is going to be up. And next major item is going to be Mega Health. So Twister, we're kind of seeing a similar sort of thing we saw in Spider vs. Mega Kill, where 6 frags behind. Oh, the brutal grenade there. And yeah, I mean, he's got to chase, and he's got to make sure he doesn't give Reaper too much space. He can't say, okay, well, I'll just wait for the right time, because he could be waiting a long time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, when you've got 6 minutes remaining, you don't have to chase around the map. Providing you make sure you've got times on those major power-ups, the red armor and the mega health, you can almost wait for your opponent, try and set up a trap where you think he's going to be defending before he actually moves toward it. But those are some brilliant railguns, 7-0 now. And with the timers that we can see in that left-hand side of the screen, there should be an easy mega and red armor, even dropping down. There's the frag with the LG. The mega, maybe? No, he's looking for the spawn frag first. We'll pick up the mega now, can easily make his way back to red, even with a rocket jump. So looking strong now, Reaper.
Yeah, and obviously proving me completely wrong, like I said earlier, and holding off a very, very strong game. Twister, even though he's been practicing all day and night, he's looking really, really bad here. And I don't know what I can really pin, the main problem on with this play at the moment, but he doesn't seem to be thinking about where Reaper is so much. He's not really willing to play that plus back game, the defensive game, to get control. And now that there's 10 frags behind, it's kind of like you've got to be aggressive if you want to pick up enough frags in the time left.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, does Twister think this is over? And he's going to just mess around, or is he really going to push for it? Because now is the time, and grenades, that is some, a pretty decent frag, I suppose, almost gifted to him. But Reaper or Twister almost had no other opportunity there. And yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping maybe that Reaper makes a crucial mistake around the kind of time where maybe a lot of items for Twister to then pick up, maybe off the spawn. But
I don't even think Twister has it in him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could perhaps look at it. I mean, you say his favourite map is Aero Walk. Of course, if you do decide to warm up on Aero Walk before a tournament, there's no LG on that map. And if we have a look at the stats, we have, I'm sure, bringing up the scoreboard just quickly, seen a lot of LG. Yeah, look at that, 706 points of LG fired off with just over 300 for Twister. And that kind of strikes me. Obviously, firstly, Twister is a very rail heavy player, so it's likely not to use as much LG. But secondly, obviously, if you're practicing Aero Walk, there isn't any LG anyway to warm yourself up with. So.
Exactly. No, there is on Aero Walk.
Oh, I mean, but you don't like use LG.
As much, yeah,
exactly. The position, you look for the positional rails and the flick shots, which we'll see later on, I'm sure.
But no, disappointment for Twister. Yeah, he's standing still right now. I think he knows it's all over. And really, this is probably one of the biggest surprises for me. Twister, in the last month and a half, he's won 3 cups, placed solidly against some very decent opposition, such as Demon and other players. He's been playing well against the likes of Pavel and people like that. But no, this is an upset. And while Reaper, obviously more prepared than I anticipated. I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he's playing under a nickname I'm not familiar with. I just haven't seen him.
I don't know, but I mean, I saw him checking in, late to the cup, so maybe it was a last-minute decision, but it's definitely worth it. He's just, collectively smashed Twister on Blood Run, to be brutally honest. 15 to, I believe it was...
Yeah, I think 15 to maybe even 0, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
And Twister, I think, left prematurely. I think there was still 2 minutes to go, and he was like, you know what? I don't want the cam time anymore. Just go to somebody else. Don't look at me.
At the end of the day, if you've lost the map, you've lost the map. It is best, single elimination. Does he really want to stick around? Finish off the game. He can go back to practicing on another server.
Exactly. You've only got one chance of their best to run round. You've got to, if you want to have more than one chance, you've of course got to get to the quarterfinals. And Twister maybe not ready to face off against such an opponent so early on. Yeah,
but I mean, at the same time, it could just be like a clash of playstyles. Reaper had really good railgun. It was sort of 64%, and Twister, was 52. It's above 50, but it's not Reaper's level.
He had fired twice as many rails as Reaper. But Reaper obviously was not relying on his rail aim to do what he did.
And when he hit them, it's sort of like, okay, you've hit me with a railgun, I'm going to exchange one back. And, that because I'm controlling the items on the map, my rail